Well, just to backtrack a bit briefly, you mentioned Jung, and I think Jung had this idea of, you know, we have day residues, and we have this maybe surface level frequency where our mind is playing things out as we dream, and people we've been thinking about or issues come up and get projected, like you know, on the screen of what we're dreaming. And then he said there's a deeper level. There's the collective unconscious, where we may overlap with people who are also dreaming. And then, you know, so there's those two levels, and I feel that there's even deeper levels than that, that, you know, there's perhaps a interspecies level of consciousness. And the interesting thing with DMT and all the recent scientific studies is they still won't fully commit to saying that it's, you know, the catalyst for, but they do agree that it comes into the brain at 49 days of conception, after conception. They can find it in the brain, and that's what the Buddhists say when the soul comes into the body is at 49 days. At death experiences or near-death experiences or peak experiences like childbirth, you know, people spontaneously release this endogenous levels of DMT, and just the brain goes into this realm. But also, on a more everyday or every night occurrence, they suspect it's the neurochemical sort of trigger that allows us to go into the dreaming itself. But the thing is, it's not just in humans. DMT, as we said, it's in the plants, it's in the insects, which is what the reason that's in the film, that little riff about the insects, is I really grokked in the 60s understanding of the word, is to fully understand almost without words, you get it. I was hearing the insects in the jungle every night, and it felt like this sonic wave, and they weren't just singing because they wanted to sing. It felt to me they were just opening to what was coming through them, you know, and what I experienced of the density of vibration in those levels of the bardo of the Godhead, as I called it. It's vibration, and so all that white light and all those artifacts, they're sounds. They're sound or vibration that we're seeing as light in our consciousness. And it resonated with what I was feeling with the insects, that they were basically portals for higher dimensional vibration to come through them. And what happens in the ecosystem is that the insects interact with the other creatures. You have the amphibians, which are the gateway sort of species as well, and they have, you know, a lot of the toads and amphibians have DMT as well, but the energy cascades from that higher vibration into the ecosystem through the animals, and then it activates, you know, and so that vibration and energy is shared throughout the web. It's almost maybe how it pulses around, you know. And so in a similar way, if all these creatures have DMT in them, I really suspect that perhaps we overlap in the dreaming as well, because it's a neurotransmitter. It's one step, you know, on the serotonin pathways. It's very, very common throughout all nature's sapient creatures, if not sentient creatures. And so perhaps this level of, are we projecting our own day residues, and are we creating the things we're seeing in the DMT, you know, state? As Mitch said as well, it's like there's this multiplicity to it. It's not just a left and right sort of answer. And perhaps that third layer is this interspecies overlap of dreaming, where all the creatures that share DMT are tuned on that same neurochemical frequency.